5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I do believe it's my turn to talk about stuff.
Yes,
It is
Sheriff.
yes.
Yes. Well, this month, to be honest, I've not really put too much time in some new games. I've basically been starting up the Stormblood expansion of Final Fantasy XIV. So that's kicked off, and I'm starting to get through that, which Josh will be very happy about. Continued on
Looking forward
with...
to getting you to the latest content.
I'm going through Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Nice.
And enjoying that, although I am burning through Mega Potions a lot more readily than I would care to admit.
There's a nice feature when you get to the hard difficulty.
Is it Infinite Elixirs? If it's Infinite Elixirs, I'm happy.
No, it's the other way around.
Dang.
You can't
No,
use
it's-
items on hard difficulty.
What?
Oh.
Full stop.
Oh!
So you
Jeez.
might as well use them in the normal one.
Oh,
Oof.
you know what? That's a good thing for all those people who say, but maybe if I need it later, though. That's a good run for them. Because you'll never need it later.
Investigating Cougar now.
Okay, case in point, my entire shtick when it comes to actually doing stuff with RPGs.
So save them for the final boss, though.
Yeah, true.
Will be
But other than that, I think the main thing I've been playing has been the Age of Calamity expansion.
Oh,
Okay.
So I've not got too far into it at the minute, but basically, the game gives you a whole bunch of side quests that you can do that gives you special abilities and special powers and boosts and such, as well as the ability to unlock new weapons and new characters. And in all honesty, kind of wish it was in the main game, because it's features that was already in Hyrule Warriors and Fire Emblem Warriors, which is the fact that you could trade in a bunch of random stuff for boosts on your character. So for Fire Emblem Warriors, you could get boosts in how tanky you were against certain weapons. In Hyrule Warriors, you got bonuses to certain weapon types and such. Age of Calamity didn't really do that in the base game, but this expansion gives that. So it kind of offers that again, which is nice, but it's something that I kind of wish was in the main game, because it was in the other Muso games I've played. Same goes with Persona 5 Strikers, to be honest, even though it's more of a RPG than it is a Muso game. But yeah, it's nice stuff, some good extra stuff. I like Link's new weapon, which is it's not really a spoiler because it's kind of nice thing, but it's basically sort of flails made out of guardian arms.
Oh, was it like I remember seeing the video for that.
Yes, and it actually allows you to duplicate certain weapon types.
Oh.
So that it's a really nice weapon. It's a really nice build. But as I say, it's good. It's just I wish the side quests were in the main game, because I've kind of expected that because of the other Warriors games I've played. So that's my view in it. I'm still enjoying it greatly, and I'm enjoying the extra stuff that's with it. It's just, yeah, the way it's presented could have been better.
Fair. I still need to get back round to that. I kind of that might be the thing I go back to when I'm done with my game on there, because I quite enjoyed Hyrule Warriors. I did actually get to 100% it, other than like getting some really fancy weapons and stuff like that.
Still need to finish that one. Not even started yet, but then again, I've got a lot of stuff on Switch that I have bought and have not played yet, so...
Because you don't like the setup.
Just because I only ever played my Switch on the move.
Fair enough.
And I've not been on the move for a while for varying reasons.
So yeah, that's in terms of the games and such. But mainly, I've been watching some new stuff. I know. Look at me watching stuff. So the main thing has been over on Disney Plus, Loki. Which is
that any good?
So I'm enjoying it. I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
But
it's I don't think there's a specific genre I can put it into, really. So WandaVision was sitcom. It was clearly a sitcom stroke comedy drama, and that was its clear wheelhouse. Falcon and the Winter Soldier was clearly action adventure. Loki, much like the anti-hero himself, is anything and everything. So you have it's a buddy cop movie. It's a police procedural. It is Doctor Who. It is it's all sorts, really. It is just an ever-changing type of show, and I can't really describe it other than if you enjoy Loki from the Marvel movies, then you're going to have a great time. Particularly when Tom Hiddleston is with Owen Wilson's character, which is Mobius M. Mobius. Those two just bounce off each other wonderfully. They just fit each other really well. And there's enough hanging threads here and there for you to think about stuff. And to be honest, this is recorded the day before episode 4 comes out of the series. And so episode 3 leaves you on a heck of a cliffhanger. In which case, how is he going to get out of this one?
Magic.
Oh, yes, quite. But how so? And
it's going to be the next one is going to be a Sailor Moon episode.
I
wouldn't discount it. It is.
We're too early for the baseball one as well, so a couple more episodes in, and then we'll get that.
I mean, it's what,
Wait
6
for the
episodes?
musical episode.
It's the beach episode. It's going to be the beach episode.
Oh,
Yeah, Sailor Moon, Beach, same thing.
I mean, it's supposed to be 6 episodes, so
It's 6 episodes long from what I've heard. So it's the same length as
Maybe it is a baseball
Falcon and
one.
Winter Soldier. So,
I didn't realize those were that short. Actually,
well, One Division was kind of longer because it had the time to build, and it also wanted to do the homages to classic sitcoms. So your Malcolm in the Middle, your Dick Van Dyke Show, Bewitched, that kind of thing. That naturally stretched it on longer than the other series.
it was like Winter Soldier, Falcon, that more like a kind of a movie-esque kind of, but more differently structured.
It was kind of standard action adventure type thing. So sort of people going around the world and fighting crime and doing good and all that kind of thing, along with very somber reflections on race relations in the US.
Oh.
And yeah, out of the shows so far, although they didn't quite stick the landing for both of them, One Division and Falcon and Soldier did do a really good job. I would happily go back and watch those series again. I'm hoping Loki does the same, because this is the one I've been really looking forward to, because
I think it's the one everyone's been looking forward to.
So I think this one, again, may stumble at the landing, but
we'll find out.
So far, I am very intrigued. I am very looking forward to seeing what comes of it.
Stay tuned for next month.
I mean, the next month is What If?
Yeah.
Is it that soon?
Yeah, that's supposed to be 10 episodes.
Oh, apparently, from what I've heard, that's also Chadwick Boseman's last role.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I think he did the voice work for What If before he passed away. So that will be quite a thing to watch.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take a bit of a diversion here for my last thing to talk about. And I'm going to talk about music.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a first.
I might have a guess, but on this, but I may be wrong.
Actually, I have an idea what it might be. Yeah.
Okay, I'm happy to open the floor to what you guys.
Hey, Cruz. I'm joking.
No.
Is it the symphony?
It is not the symphony, although I must say I did listen to the symphony in its entirety. I want a physical version of that.
I think everyone wants a physical version.
Yeah, it's such good.
Yes,
such a good thing.
Steelbook Blu-ray, please.
Oh no, I get annoyed by these soundtracks on Blu-ray because it's like, how do I rip these again?
Well, no. You get a Steelbook Blu-ray, and then on the other side of the case, you get the CD with it.
No, you don't always. The ones I get from Square Enix are just the Blu-rays on at a ridiculously, stupidly high quality of music.
I'm just on a kick with Steelbook Blu-ray cases at the moment.
So if it's not the symphony, then what is it then, Ian?
So, now I'm pretty certain everyone here is a fan of the French electronic duo Daft Punk.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
They've split, haven't they?
They have split. They did. So
February?
it was, sort of January, February time. Yeah.
My God, I'm current on music events.
So,
pretty much what I say.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So one of the similar bands that I've been following in the last couple of years because of their influence and such, and because Spotify said, "Hey, you may like this," is a French electronic duo. You can see the similarities here, called Justice.
Justice.
Which you may not know the band name, but you may know some of the tracks, because some of their tracks have just been in the backgrounds of various things and such. I think their biggest hits would be probably DANCE, which is sort of an upbeat pop tempo track. And there's always the ones that everyone goes for when they mention it, which is Waters of Nazareth, which is another sort of very sort of techno-heavy track, which is primarily used for remixes and such. My favorite one being Waters of Megalovania, which is that track mixed with Megalovania. Well worth seeking out if you enjoy it.
I might have to look up that one.
Just have to look at that just for the sake of it.
Yeah, as soon as later.
So, spinning back to it, one of the two people behind Justice, I apologies if I pronounce his name wrong. Gaspard Ague
Mhm.
has just released his first solo album called Escapades, and if you like the type of music from Daft Punk, which was kind of like random access memories or homework type thing, go out your way to listen to it. It's a really easy listen. It's very very catchy tunes, and it's something. If you like that kind of music, I would strongly go out your way to try and listen to this on whatever medium you can. Alternatively, see the intro adverts for the BBC's Euros 2020 stuff, because the backing track for the intro adverts for the intro for the shows is actually one of the tracks from the album, Force Majeure. So if you enjoy the music from that, you might enjoy the album. So yeah, that's what I've been listening to. Somewhat new, because I don't often talk about new music, because it's normally either Weird Al or it's weird random stuff, or it's just
Just
Queen.
weird.
Thank you for reminding me. I was meaning to buy some albums last month. I should do that this month.
Also, I can't say I've ever been up to date with music. I've never
Oh,
been.
God, no.
This is going to be about as up to date to music as I'm ever going to be. So make the most of it as you will.
On an additional note on that side of music, I think we can all agree the Sonic Symphony was good. Go watch it.
Yes.
Yes.
I actually still need to watch that fully and properly. I can't.
The only thing that could have made it better is sitting there in person.
I will say that was one weird thing, is they did do a pan of the orchestra's theatre across all of the empty chairs, and I'm like, why?
Yeah,
What it would be like with people.
oh man.
I mean, we've experienced some of it in person. Some of us have, anyway.
Some, yes.
Oh, you've experienced it once, haven't you?
Yeah,
Summer Sonic?
yes. I would have liked the big meetup with you guys with the actual thing
Well,
a couple of years
that was
back in
with Sonic
December.
Adventure Music Experience.
Yeah.
Which didn't have Johnny Gioeli in it, so...
Yeah, it would have been
really good.
yes, but yes, Crush 40, awesome. Orchestral music based with video games, awesome. Both of them combined, superb.
The other rock band was I quite enjoyed the Colours remixes.
Yes,
Those were
yes.
solid as well. Yeah.
Those I could not find a weak song in that selection. There was not one thing that I didn't like.
I was impressed they managed to get Tails' explosive adventures in destroying stuff with bombs in it.
I know.
Anyway, shall we continue, Sheriff Genius?
Yes, let us continue. And I'm going to go with Vija first.
Okay, I'm going to get rid of
Ooh,
that.
golden apple.
Oh,
I'm going to get rid of. And
Jeez.
I'm going to blind draw 2.
Savanato.
Let's have a look. I mean, I think I'm pretty safe on the bread front. I'm not going to catch up to John. I'm not going to be that stupid.
Oops.
I think,
Figure out where to put that.
I think trying to keep up with cheese is a bit unrealistic.
Yeah, you're tied with me for cheese, which is I had 2 cheese at one point.
You did have 2 cheese at one point. In which case, it's down to maybe chicken game's very low.
Chicken game has been a low one this game.
It has been, yeah. Although I think naturally there are fewer
Chickens because they're
chickens.
worth more.
Worth more, so
Yeah.
That is true. Okay, in which case I'm going to get rid of you, and I'm going to get rid of you, and I'm going to get rid of you.
Well, there are cheeses for days there.
I mean, there's no point in me trying to keep with the cheese at this moment. So,
No.
free from the file. Ugh. I'll think about that for a second.
Mr. Genius, who's next?
Well, seeing as you spoke yourself.
Hooray!
I can see
1,
cheeses.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh no, we know who's winning the cheese then. And then ShadowFox.
You put 2 apples on this one and 1 apple on here, yeah?
I think so.
So that's double apple on them. I don't want this illegal chicken. And I'll
It's a
draw
rooster.
2. Okay. It's 9. I get -5.
Oh, that's quite the pile.
Mm.
I mean, there's a reason I went all in.
There is. I will cement.
I want to win something. I know I'm not
Okay.
going to come first.
If he's cementing something, it's definitely the bread then.
Oh yeah, no, I'm going all in for bread. That's why I drew 3 cheeses.
Okay, so what have people got?
I think we're all
2.
convinced it's 2 bread, is it?
2 chicken.
Oh, 2 chickens.
2 chickens.
Oh, that's
Okay.
I could have gone for 3 bread, but
Go for the chicken game to get the
go for
Get
that
the
extra,
double.
go for the extra chickens. Yeah.
yeah
5 cheese.
5 cheese.
Oh, jeez, I'm willing to believe that one.
3 apples. I want to get back in the apple game a little bit here. I'm falling
3
behind
apples?
a bit.
And
4 apples.
4 apples.
Okay,
Whoa.
I'm definitely in danger of not becoming second then.
Ooh, okay. Now, you see, you discarded 3 apples, didn't you, Earth?
To get 3 cheeses.
I don't like those odds.
I mean, there was a reason that I was so glad you chose me after Ryan. Let's put it that way.
There were 3 cheeses right there.
Saying as well, I wished Earth had gone before me, because then I would have wanted his apples. I would have wanted more.
Because admittedly, originally I was going to trade in my cheeses and go for the apple game, and then it was like, nope, going for the cheese. So
I was actually looking at, like, if he picks me next, I'm just going to put them on the one with the 1 cheese, so you can take the 2 cheeses on them.
Aww. See, I like ShadowFox. That's why I don't bother questioning him.
Okay. Ian, you said 3 apples.
Yes.
And Phil, you said 4 apples.
Yes.
Damn you, Phil. Damn you.
Many apples.
Yes. Do you believe the other person? That is my question.
Oh, do you think each other is lying or telling the truth?
Mm.
I believe
One
Mr.
of you only tells lies, the other only tells the truth.
I believe in Mr. Fanatic.
I believe Phil's doing it also to get ahead and put me down one third, because I can't pass Ian. Not without more apples.
Well, there's still one more turn after this.
Still one more turn.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you had 2 chickens, didn't you?
It is just the 2 chickens, which hopefully will at least cement me in second at the end of it, if not first. Currently.
It's true.
I don't
He's got a
It's
lot of
very
bread,
difficult
he's
for
got a
someone to
lot of
overtake
chicken.
you.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I have a lot of bread in my hand as well, but I was like, and the bread is worth more, but the bonus for the chickens is extra on
Yeah.
top of
Oh yeah,
that.
you don't get another turn though, do you?
No, I
No,
don't.
no,
That-
this is his
Yeah.
final turn.
This was I had to I have to plan to see like what can people do next turn. If someone were to put down 5 bread, I would still be in the lead for bread. So I don't think I can lose my bread game.
Yeah.
I mean, unless me or Phil dump a lot of chickens next turn, you've got chickens in the bag.
I would have 6 chickens, which will be So
You have to get 5 chickens.
Yes.
I have to get
Your turn.
5. Phil would just have to get like what 4.
4. I would need.
You'd also need.
I would need-
It's
I
still
would
a tall order for chickens.
Still a
tall
tall
order
order
of
of chickens,
chickens.
Indeed.
Mm.
Indeed.
tactical chicken.
So,
Buy some apples.
well, how about we do something a little
Ooh.
interesting, feature.
Dude,
Hmm.
So, 4 apples. Fair enough. I want one of those apples.
That's
Oh.
nice.
Ooh.
I will let your bag through if you give me one of those apples.
Hell no.
Mmm. Mmm.
They're my apples. Deal with it.
Same offer goes to you, Ein.
I mean,
I will let your bag through if you give me an apple.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm screwed on the apple front unless I invest in more apples.
Hmm.
I might as well just give you an apple as a spite to Phil.
Mm.
So
I guess
I'll give you an apple from my bag.
Excellent. In which case, there you go.
Are you going to check my bag then?
No, I'm going to wait until Mr. Fanata does his first.
There you go. There's your apple.
That's an
Thank you.
apple, and here's the dodgy stuff. It was a worthwhile trade for Venato.
It was one contraband, one apple, with
And
the
you get
third
to-
apple being given to me.
And you get to solidify your apple lead.
I get to solidify second place for apples. Because you know what, I'm gonna let Vija pass.
Ooh.
That's a mistake.
No, I don't think it was.
I think it was.
He's laying them out means it looks like
Yeah.
it could be a whole suite of apples. That's
Yep.
what?
I
That
knew
is-
it. I knew
that's-
it.
That is a full
That's
bushel of apples.
a full bushel of apples, all 4 apples.
Damn it all.
So Ian, you played well. You played
Mm.
pretty well. right?
So yes, I managed to solidify my second place in apples without it even being my turn.
I mean, I
This
wasn't
is
going to
true.
catch up unless I spent next turn also putting more apples in.
True.
Hmm.
ShadowFox, yeah, you can keep your 2.
That's good because they were
I
chickens.
love how he just doesn't
Oh,
trust me.
that's not good. That's not
Oh, I don't know about this 5. I really don't. You drew the 3 cheeses.
Yeah,
That would mean
I had 2 cheeses in my hand already. The thing is, I had 2 cheeses, 3 apples, and a chicken. And I was going to go, right, let's see if I can get some chickens or try and get on the chicken board. Otherwise, I was going to go for the apples because I had more of them already. And then 3 cheeses landed in the lap, and I was just like, I might as well just go for the cheeses because it's worth more. Is it worth more, or is it just to solidify my lead? Oh, they are worth more. Yeah.
uh
Yeah, they're worth 1 coin more at the end of the game.
true. So if people are open
Hmm.
to for say greasing the oils of
Democracy.
commerce and democracy and cheeses, I'm happy for suggestions. If
I mean, here's the thing. The only one I can catch him on cheese is Phil, realistically speaking. And that's if the entire bag isn't filled with cheese.
I mean, come on. I've got to have put at least 2 cheeses in there.
There would be like so. I think minimal.
Yeah, in fact, there must be 2 cheeses in there because you've seen me draw 3.
Yeah. So at worst case, I gotta believe there's at least.
There's got to be something dodgy in it because it
I
doesn't
think
put that much cheese in.
I think there is at least 4 cheese in there. Whether or not the 5th one is also cheese, I do not know.
It might be fancy cheese.
It could be fancy cheese. Could be pepper.
I'm
Could be
inclined to
salt.
believe it's fancy cheese. He's got.
Go
in
ahead.
well, as I say, I am open for
It's nice to be open for things.
indeed.
I'm willing to let it pass. Cheese is not something I'm worried about.
I'll
and
give
his
you.
And his actual monetary account isn't that high.
It isn't. So I'm going to put down 5 for you to look in.
and it would be 10.
He would lose 10 if he's wrong.
Yeah,
No,
which
you-
means I
You'd
net loss of 5.
It would be half the cost.
Mm.
Yes, of which I will be happy for to do that. So I'm looking in your bag.
Oh, well,
Oh well, that's already money towards me because that's a chicken.
I'm gonna need some change because I've got.
Then we have
got
a
here?
cheese. We have a
cheese.
cheese. We have a
Where's
cheese.
my 5 from
And it
you?
was
There. So we have 4 cheeses, but that last chicken was what's.
Yeah,
It was
I'm trying to sneak some move through. I need 3 coins change, please.
3 coins. There you go. 1, 2, 3.
Considering how far behind I am, I had to do something.
You had to do something. Yeah,
I
it was.
You've kind of got a good cheese lead.
You have
I'm
good
gonna
cheese.
be last no matter what happens.
I mean,
Um,
you say that. I've got low amounts in some of these spawns.
Yes, but I've lost 28 coins, I think.
Yeah, it's.
I
Yeah,
might as well
coins-
just not be in that game.
Chef John, you're in control now.
It is final sheriffing.
Mm.
5.
I'm not going to draw up because it doesn't matter.
I hate that.
But I will say I did actually have 1, 2, 3 bread left over.
Jeez.
What was your last card? Out of
Oh,
interest.
some pepper.
It was some pepper. Some peppery bread.
Right. We're going to go in reverse this time, Mr. Genius.
Do you mind if I take a look through the top few cards of each
No,
of the
go for it.
decks?
That's fine.
We have apple, mead, golden apples, chicken,
rooster.
and apples.
Lots of
Okay.
apples and chickens on top.
Yeah,
So if you're feeling ballsy, that chicken is worth 2. That rooster.
that is the thing. That is the thing.
But obviously, knowing if you go for it and you take it and you vote chicken,
You're gonna be like, I'm gonna inspect this bag for chickens.
But it could be a double bluff.
Could be.
Mm.
Well, I'm actually gonna bury the chickens, but I'm going to have some bread. I'm gonna take the apples and I'm gonna blind draw 3.
Okay. Continuing around the table to Vija.
Yeah. Going to tell you what. Come on, let's do this tactically. No, not that. That. Then bury it underneath bread.
More cheese, grommet.
Right, and then I'm going to blind draw. Oh, okay.
My next turn, is it?
Yep.
Right, I'm gonna get rid of the mead. Gonna get rid of the bread and the cheese.
Meat, bread, and cheese.
Let's get
I noticed you put the bread on top of the cheese.
Suppose I should do the same then. Cheese.
Bye cheese. You don't need that cheese
Bread.
no more. So you did have another cheese. Oh, no.
No, I just drew that one at the end.
Okay. what
And
is it?
apples. I'm gonna draw 3 blind.
Now, how much double and triple and quadruple bluffing are people going to be doing this round? Ooh.
check something.
Oh, he's checking his numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, is everyone locked in?
Yeah.
Baiting, debating stuff, but yeah, I'm locked in.
Okay. In that case, then, Vija, what have you got in your bag?
3 apples.
3 apples.
Ooh.
Committing into the apple game, I see. Okay.
Yeah,
How does that make you feel, Mr. Genius? What have you got in your bag?
Well, I say that's a very good play. I have 2 apples.
Okay. Eartha?
3 chickens.
3 chickens. Come on. Sneak in with a tie on the second place chicken game.
That's all I had.
And
Got a bit
Venate?
lucky on the draws. But...
I've checked 4 chickens.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
4 chickens?
Yes, 4 chickens.
He sounds very confident in that.
Yeah, that does concern me. Genuinely, I just went with the chickens because that's what I had multiple of. I had 2 at the beginning and I managed to draw 1 more, so...
yeah. I was kind of screwed up with my draws. So I had 1 apple in my hand. Picked up the apple from the side, hoping for more apples from the blind draws, but no more. So there we go.
Whereas I got an apple and bread again.
We've got apples and apples over here on the
Mhm.
right. And we have
Chickens and
and
chickens on the-
chickens on the left. Ooh, doo 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 doo.
Ow,
I
ow, ow.
think I actually think I don't know. I feel like Ein's telling the truth, but I think one of them might be a rooster. He's like Ein can do cocky. Ein can do cocky.
Appropriate for
Is that
chickens.
supposed to be a pun?
Well, he can, yeah. Mm, 70. I'm willing to let the chicken ears go.
Are you sure about that?
I think so.
I think what I'm saying is he wants you to inspect mine and will pay you to inspect it.
I mean, do you want to pay me to inspect his bag?
No.
Okay, well, in that case, then
I want you to inspect his bag, though.
you may.
Thank you very much.
You chicken ears may take it, and then there's a chicken,
Oh,
chicken.
Chicken.
good chicken.
So
game.
Mr. Venata had all
Chicken.
chickens.
Chicken and a bit of contraband. Okay.
I
But
really wish I'd put another one in there now.
yes, 2 chickens for Earthart plus contraband.
That's contraband, but okay. But honest, that was a good, honest bunch of chickens. That wasn't the
Hmm.
apples. Vija could lie about the 3 apples, but I feel like he doesn't have to lie
He wants first
about.
place because he was probably fearing.
I want.
But he was already ahead. I think Ian. I think you're legit. I mean, actually, do I? You know what? Ian, take yours back.
Okay.
Phil, I'm inspecting yours.
Okay.
I feel like
Ian-
you're doing that the wrong way round, personally.
I mean, maybe. I feel like okay.
There we go. There was him sliding in the
Apple.
contraband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
There we
no!
go.
It
Oh!
was silk. It was silk
Silk.
all along.
So I had the double contraband, which passed through safely. Vija had 2 apples and some silk, so he has to pay 4.
So I will pay you. I'll take
Pay
your
4. All
I'll-
right. Sorry. Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
pay
he's
back
going to give you a
your
change, I
one.
think.
Yeah, it was a balanced risk. I just thought, you know what, I'm going to try and slip something through. on the last
Yeah.
round.
Yeah.
That-
I didn't know. I didn't know if Ian was trying to goad me into like. I can never tell with Ian. Ian is probably
Yeah.
the wildest one there because I never know what because he had no contraband the entire game, and it was
And
like
to be honest,
it-
to be honest, I was playing this game entirely no contraband until this last round, when my entire hand bar 1 apple was contraband.
yeah. I think if you'd have put more in there, it would have been more suspicious.
Exactly,
But
exactly. So that's why I played low and safe. I think before we tot up the scores, ShadowFox, I think it's you to round us off.
Is the final sheriff and the final weekly or monthly recap. As it has been, watching not too much, but I think last month, I think I mentioned that I finished watching Castlevania. We didn't
Yeah.
kind of get through it. That was absolutely worth it. Again, it ended really well. I started watching recently the new series of Rick and Morty, which is again more Rick and Morty. It's just kind of this nice self-isolated stuff
I
mostly.
think I'm 3 seasons behind on that now.
Yeah, it's just your nice kind of it's your junk food kind of TV kind of thing. And the other thing I've been watching, which is more I guess invested I am, is the Owl House season 2.
Oh, that started up.
Nice.
That has started, and that is on episode. I've seen the first 3 episodes. End of last season, a big event happened. There's had been a change in things, and one of the things I always dislike is when shows don't evolve. When you kind of get the same, like each season, everything's status quo, yada yada yada. Whereas the Owl House it has a change. I won't say necessarily what it is for spoiler reasons, but it means the way that things happen in the show have to change. We're learning more about certain characters, which is very nice. It's very early on, so I'm not going to say too much, but that's going to be one that I'll probably keep coming back to over and over again probably next month as well. I think in 2 months' time, I think it'll have been fully aired, so I'll have like a full-on proper talk about it then.
Is that on Disney Plus at the minute, or is that just
HBO Max or something? I don't remember.
I know I saw the first series of Owl House on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved Owl House. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how the story evolves.
It does. Mainly, I've been playing things which Ark, that dinosaur game, as it were, has come out with its new. It's come out with its final expansion, or at least its final main storyline DLC that isn't a community fun extra map side thing, whatever. Which it's going to lead into Ark 2 with Vin Diesel. You can tell they've definitely gone all out in this one, because the game itself is janky as hell, but they've put a lot of care and effort into this last one, which I think is a good sign, because the biggest problem with the game overall was that it was janky and glitchy and problematic. But it's a good sign for Ark 2, maybe having Vin Diesel, who actually plays the game, on the team, telling him to fix stuff, maybe his sway. So if I'm going to be in the game, you better make it good. So that's been fun. It's more of the same. Obviously, the power creep now has kind of gone out of control. The final map is always kind of like that, where all of the resources that were rare are no longer rare, and the way to get them is much easier. But the biggest thing I have been playing over the past couple of months has been Hollow Knight, and I think a few people in here have played that. I know, Earth, you played it?
Yes, I've played it and completed the base game. I haven't done all the DLC yet.
No, yes, I've. As games go, it is a lot of people say it's like it's the Dark Souls of is very much like an old term that we kind of don't use as much anymore, but it really is it wears its Dark Souls on its sleeve in this game, with the whole resting at benches which can respawn enemies, and you losing your money or souls in whenever you die, challenging bosses and all that stuff. But it's got the very much Metroidvania style of you get a wall climb, a double jump, dashing, acid resilience.
Yep.
It's all good. It has that kind of challenge it's a good level of challenge where I've definitely bashed my head against bosses like several times and kind of learnt patterns, and then eventually gone, right, if I readjust my charms, and like your charms are your modifications which can give you like a longer reach, a faster attack, you can use spells more frequently or make it more powerful, and you can kind of work out a build for certain bosses that works best for you. I think I've pretty much just been going with like a long nail and a quick heal mainly.
Long nail is kind of essential, I find.
Yeah, it's or was it Mark of the Mark of the Pride or something like that.
It's been a while since I last played the game. So.
It's an even longer nail, but yeah, it enables you to kind of like stay out of range of bosses and their main attacks, do a few hits on them, then charge up to heal, and then it means you can kind of face tank a lot of things. But it's like the platforming in it as well is extremely well thought out, because you can kind of bounce yourself off like deadly spikes, which would be a one-hit kill by using your nail and attacking. Again, it's got fun characters in it, which is again always a kind of key thing in those games. Like it makes the game more memorable in your mind. I think. Is there anything you want to add to that, Earthart, or?
I mean, I don't want to spoil too much because you've obviously not finished it, but
I have finished the main game. I've beaten the final boss.
Oh, you finished the main game.
I've finished the final boss. I've started dabbling.
Oh yes,
in some
of course
DLCs.
you've started.
Yeah, the Steel mode. Like some of the DLCs, I think the Nightmare Circus or the Grim Carnival.
Yeah, the Grim Troop stuff.
Troop. I've tried fighting the first boss on that, and oh my god, some bosses you look at them and you go, oh okay, I can see the pattern. This one I can see the pattern and do nothing about. It
takes a lot to get used to it. I will say, second like big boss, which I think is the final one of that one, is just a much harder version of that one.
Yeah, the game has the dream nail, and so like a lot of bosses you can fight them once, and then you can go and fight a second
harder version of them.
Version. I can't even imagine the amount of challenge that's going to take.
It's interesting because some people find it easier, but I think it's down with how you get into a rhythm in that fight. Those two fights are very rhythm heavy.
Yeah.
The other DLC is basically an arena challenge mode, which is hidden. Took me a while to find that, but I've started going through that one. But realistically, I think I need to go back and defeat some of the dream bosses because they're easier, supposedly. No, it's a lovely game, and I've done a full playthrough on the PC. I'm thinking about doing a playthrough on the PlayStation as well, because I have it from PS Plus stuff.
Yes, I've got it on the Switch. It's also on PlayStation and PC and just about anything and everything else, really.
Yeah, we discussed a little bit earlier, but it isn't everybody's taste, and I can understand that because the difficulty is quite high, and it's actually quite easy to get lost. I feel like there's an area I didn't do properly. It's like the one with the like jellyfish stuff.
So I discovered. So that was a weird one in that that's like one of the areas that you can find early on, at least like on the outskirts, and get into some places in it, but you don't actually get into the heart of it and get the map until quite later on.
Thing though, right? When I must have gone there weirdly, because by the time I got there to where the map maker was supposed to be, he'd already gone. And when I looked at guides, I should have gone to that place because that was almost the last place I went in the game.
It was
because I couldn't figure out how to get there.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think it's like you either need the acid protection or the shadow dash, but both of those are fairly late thing, and and there's no real necessary reason to go back there unless you're doing the bosses to do the final boss. But you don't. Yeah. It's such a free-form game that you don't necessarily go into these areas,
which is kind of both its strength and its weakness.
Absolutely.
One of the things I feel like is that at the start they give you a decent amount of guidance where to go, but as that lapses, like, because I originally beat the game and got one of the bad endings, and when I had to look up how to get the good ending. And it meant that I found out there was an area that I never even knew existed. Like, quite a big area. Near the top, I'll tell you that one.
Crystal? Is it in the crystal area, or...?
No. The top of the mountain.
Oh, top left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That area. Never even figured out that existed.
No, there was an area in the bottom right of the map which I could not... It's like you can kind of see how to get... You can get into one little area of it, but then to get into the actual big chunk of it, it's not that obvious. You have to break a hidden wall, which is just conveniently by some enemies. If you don't accidentally hit the wall when you're hitting those enemies, which I didn't...
One thing I learned early on is just hit every wall, ceiling, and floor.
Hit every wall. Check if the ground is rumbling, because that is another one. Because then you can slam down through it. But
although you have to get a power up to be able to do that.
There we go. Yeah.
It's a lovely... It's definitely... I regret that it took me so long to play it, and I'm definitely looking forward to Hornet.
Silk Song, isn't that
Silk Song,
already
yeah.
out? Or
No,
is-
it's they've gone back, and there's no longer a release date for it now.
Oh.
So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think the thing with Hollow Knight was I was skeptical on it at first because I'm always skeptic about a lot of these games where people come out with this is an amazing indie game because it does all this stuff, and then I play it and it's like that's fine, but I'm not fond of stuff that tries to be retro. And that's what people pitched it. Below people pitched it. It was like, this is amazing Castlevania, Metroidvania style game. I was like, I'm not sure I'm interested. And then someone said, yeah, but you like Dark Souls, and it feels like a 2D Dark Souls. I was like, okay, now that interests me. And I feel like it shifts much closer to the Dark Souls side than it does the Metroidvania. There's still definitely Metroidvania elements in it. But...
Absolutely, but yeah, like it's like opening up shortcuts and stuff. There are and optional paths that are unnecessary, but there are bosses in there that I thought that I have, and I like that through this wall down here. Oh, boss, didn't expect that. And then there's so
it's definitely a game I'd recommend trying, but I know it's not going to be to everyone's taste.
No.
But then again, the same is true the opposite way. You know, plenty of people have suggested games to me that I then go, I hate it. And they're like, how can you hate this? It's like, just personal taste.
No game is to everyone's taste. Other than Minecraft, apparently.
No, I would say it's not to my taste. I'm not a fan of that kind of genre of game.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much the big one. I think that's where I'll end it for now.
Indeed.
But yes, I think it's time for us to total up the scores, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was totaling mine up while you were speaking, and I'm assuming I won the cheese contest and nothing else.
Oh, by my, you've won the cheese.
I've still got calculations to do.
From my calculations, I got second place in apples, and that was it.
At the end of the game, in last place, but not by much, is Earth with 113.
That's still a tidy profit to come
Needed
home
two
with.
more. Needed 115.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Give me 115.
Give me 115.
That's a shame. In fourth place with 124 is Phil. Not bad for an Apple Empire.
No.
Solid Empire.
In third place with 140 is myself. Nice diversity.
I love that you completely forgot to add your coins on.
Shh, they don't need to know that. In second place is John with 153, thanks to his bread and his spices and his chickens.
My chicken palms are hitting stores near you. Spiced nicely with pepper.
But in first place, it is Ian with 160.
We are merchants.
Who, whilst not first place in any of the categories, got a lot across the board.
Got a lot, managed to catch a lot of people, and a lot of people suspected him.
Yes, I basically played the game so people inspected my goods when I was fine, and they passed my goods when they weren't.
I paid you 5 coins to check Earth's bag and you found contraband. I caused you to win. Damn it.
You basically did, yes.
Yeah.
Damn it. Oh well.
Yeah, I did employ other more tricksy things that the others didn't do as well, so...
Yeah, I feel like you should have been penalised for mixing up that first one, because I feel like...
You robbed me.
I may have inspected your bag because it sounded like you mixed up your stuff.
I thought he was slipping up because he had one of each in his bag.
Yeah.
Same.
But, oh well. You are the winner. And
You are a winner. In capitalism is a underhanded business.
this is true. You would do well in a government role, like a Sheriff of Nottingham.
Yes, you can
Where's
have
your
your...
deputies?
Where's the sheriff card? There you go. You can have your sheriff card.
Yay.
There's your sheriff cars. Where's the deputies and where's the bloody bandits?
That's a different game. So,
Yes.
for now, I believe that's it, folks. I'll see you next month.
Goodbye.
Or whenever the next
From all of
episode
us.
is.
Goodbye.
Goodbye indeed.
Bye bye.
La 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 la. Alone at last, stuck at the top. If I ever lost, I think I'd just drop. My never-ending story of success is a lonely refrain. So I've one request. Join me at the top. Why don't you join me where the stars all shine? And join me at the top. Why won't you join me? Let our powers combine. You know I can't resist a ditty. So join me. Oh wait, well, what a pity. Looks like I forgot.
They can't come
Cause
out.
I'm everything you're not.
No.
Ah, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I said that's pretty good.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Look at me and my flawless schemes, the kind you could never dream up in your dreamiest of dreams. Aren't you so lucky to have me to revere? Your flawless yet lawless emperor right here. Join me at the top. Why don't you join me where the stars all shine? And I will never flop. No, I won't. Just join me. Go on, fall in line. And no one's given me good reason to stop my usual power season. Join me at this spot. I forgot. I'm everything you're not. Who am I?
Our greatness?
And who are you?
Wait, I'm not gonna sing this.
You're no good without me!
What?
How dare you ever doubt me! Now listen as the doctor sings the case!
They join you at the top.
Yes, they would!
Join you where the stars all shine.
And boy, I'm so freaking hot!
You're scalding.
I should have them up!
But you will not.
It's all kinds of rad!
And hilarious.
To be all big and bad!
And nefarious.
So join me on my plot!